What's up guys, today we are going to be talking about the upcoming June update to Starfield and the things that we need to see included in it. I love Starfield, but unfortunately the game is in kind of a rough state right now, really ever since the launch of the latest major update, so Terran Armada and the Free Lanes update. The game has been plagued with a lot of stability issues, like there's been a ton of crashes, a lot of bugs, and things really do need to get fixed so that way the game is in a much better state. I've seen a ton of comments from people on my videos saying they really want to play this game and enjoy it, but the bugs are just becoming too much that certain things are really impossible for them, and it's hard for them to even complete their playthrough, because they're getting these like game-ruining bugs where you can't progress. Things like that really need to get fixed. I've done a video pretty recently about some crash fixes that you guys should try if you're having issues like that, but all in all, those are just band-aid solutions, and for this to really get fixed, it needs to come from Bethesda in the form of an update. Thankfully, we do know that a June update is coming. This is because when they did like a little update a few weeks back, they did start off talking about the update, and they said another all-platform update is in the works, with a planned release in June. So that update did then go on to become like a whole bunch of bug fixes and fixing things going on with gameplay and quests. And I'd imagine that the June update is going to be like a follow-up to this, so it's going to fix problems like that. Which we need, because even after this update, people are still having problems. So in this video, I wanted to put together a list of some of the major issues that we are still having right now, that I would definitely like to see fixed in the June update. So starting us off with a bug that was introduced alongside the Terran Armada update, this would be the incursions bug, where you'll see incursions filling up your entire map and not going away. And if you have that mission where you need to go do a whole bunch of them, you'll go to these locations and they'll actually have moved and you won't find anything there. This was not fixed after the latest bug fix update, which is a real shame because this is a major bug that slowly takes over your entire map, so it's a pretty substantial one. It means the longer you wait to do Terran Armada, the harder it's going to be to find these missions because it's just going to keep on spreading. It's going to be really hard to find the actual legitimate one when it's showing that these incursions are taking place on basically every planet. You just got to keep guessing until you pull up to one that actually has something going on, which is not friendly gameplay. That's very difficult. And in the meantime, the tip is just generally, if you're going to start Terran Armada, don't really do anything else. Keep doing Terran Armada until you've finished it, so that way you could get that mission out of the way quickly before the bug really spreads. But you know, it's an open world game. That's not the way a lot of people want to play it, so that is actually a major problem. Like I know for me, when I started it even for the first time, I started Terran Armada, then I went and did a whole bunch of other side missions sort of in between, and that's why towards the end it was actually pretty difficult to find where I needed to go, because that bug had time to keep spreading. Especially because I was doing a lot of sleeping to try to pass time because I was doing some selling. It ended up speeding that up quite a bit, which was really bad. The other major thing that a lot of people are getting affected by are random crashes. These don't really seem to have any reasoning for them, they just tend to happen, especially if you have a long play session going on. And if you're not quick saving basically compulsively, you're going to be at a major disadvantage because you could lose a ton of progress really at any given point. I've been pretty lucky, I haven't had a lot of crashes, but the few that I did, it would be when I'm like transitioning areas, so going into an exterior from an interior or vice versa. And it just became a habit to quick save before I did anything like that, because it was really lousy when I'd lose like minutes or even an hour of progress or so. And for some people who aren't quick saving, you're going to lose a lot more than that. There's also some issues when you're going through large areas, so for example New Atlantis or Aquila City. Performance over here has been stuttering quite a bit. I've noticed it especially on my save where I haven't been through Unity in a while, so the save files really bog down with a lot of stuff. New Atlantis is starting to be really laggy, and so is Aquila City, as I say. And it's really only going to get worse. And generally in situations like this, the fix that a lot of people have found is to go through Unity, because it basically lets you start fresh. That's the New Game Plus. But that's not really a permanent solution. Why would you want to lose all of your progress just because you've been on a save file for lots and lots of hours and it's no longer running good? Starfield definitely has some performance issues like that, and it would be really nice if the June update came in and really fixed these so the game was nice and stable. There's also still massive issues of NPCs disappearing during quests, making you unable to progress. Fortunately, I haven't had this happen to me in quite a long time, but I did see this a lot in my comment section. And obviously that's a really important thing that needs to get fixed, because if you have like an important quest NPC that's not visible, you cannot progress that quest. And depending on what the quest is, if it's a main mission for example, that could mess up your entire game because you're not going to be able to actually make like main story progress, or if it's a faction quest, you're not going to be able to finish it. That is a major problem that definitely needs to get fixed out. There's also another Terran Armada bug where people aren't able to enter the final mission. Apparently certain companions that you bring along just completely break everything and make it impossible to do until you dismiss them, which depending on your playstyle, you might run into that your first go. That needs to get fixed. I've also heard some horror stories about people getting stuck in space with no option to like use your grav drive and get out, and you can't fast travel. And there's literally no way to get around it besides rolling back to an older save, which you might not even have. Again, another major problem that we need to see fixed, and hopefully this does come in the June update, because as I say, there are people who want to be playing this game right now who are sort of stopping because they're getting hit with these major game-breaking bugs. Now, I have a lot of features that I would like to see added to Starfield, but this isn't necessarily what the June update's going to be as far as we know. It's mainly going to be fixes and stability. So I'm not going to get into features in this video, but if you do want to see that, if you want to see like a wish list of content I'd like to see added in the future to Starfield, I've got a really long video out now where I do a whole wish list like that. I would recommend you go check that out. I think it's a really good video, and you might enjoy it. But that's what I'm hoping to see in the June update right now. If you have anything you need to add, please do so in the comments section below. And if you found this video helpful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Starfield content from me. That does wrap us up though. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next video.